Hello. Hi. I'm super excited. All right, I waited until it was really late to make this video so that my West Coast friends could hop on. I know a lot of people out there from the West Coast because I have only been living on the East Coast for about a year. So, hello. I don't know how, this is my first time going live on YouTube, so bear with like seeing if there's any comments and things like that. I don't know how to see if there's comments coming in or, oh, Goddess Mimi. Oh, hello. I love you. Okay, I'm super excited. All right, first off, wow, these energies have just been like, I mean, planetary energies, alignments, frequencies, all that stuff just been like coming in like crazy and shifting, and thank you, have been really impacting, right? Like my life. Like that's really what I'm going to be talking about is real life shed. So, and experiences, because that's what we go for. We go to these videos for, right? We want to have like real-time experience, like what's going on in somebody's real life, not like the fairyland and our other dimensionals, which is beautiful and amazing as well. But it's like, how are these energies really affecting your life? You know, Venus retrograde, my God. Let's just talk about pulling up all these past relationship patterns that we've carried, right? But that's the whole point of the DNA. It carries these patterns. And one of the things that's, mind me, sorry, I've got a random truck pulling up. I'm out on my balcony. Hello, people. So the things that have really impacted your life and these patterns and that DNA, that's where I'm at, DNA. Okay, back to DNA. So the DNA holds these patterns, and that's what's shifting through the planetary alignments, right? It's helping us to realize our patterns. And, you know, planets going retrograde just really means that it's slowing its orbital spin down. So it's not really going backwards. It's just slowing its orbital spin. So its energy that it would normally emit, and Venus being a closer planet, you know, it goes quicker, right? It goes to the zodiac quicker. Anyways, so it's slowing down so that you can observe, you know, the patterns that you play out. And relationship, you know, beauty, everything, justice systems, you know, legality, things like that. That's what Venus really represents. And it's slowed down so that you can see the patterns that are within yourself when it comes to the legal system, when it comes to your beauty regimens, when it comes to your relationship with yourself and others, you know, whether it be your coworkers, your spouse, your partner, or significant other, whatever you want to call it, you know, or, I think I already said self, but self, really with self, because everything and everybody, a relationship is a mirror of yourself in one aspect or another. And it might be a little bit hard to swallow at first, but in reality, that's what everything is. It's a projection reflection. Or I guess not in reality, but in reality it is. And so these energies that are coming on, you know, due to the planetary alignments and everything, have a lot to do with rewiring our systems, right? So these Christed Magdalene energies that we're all able to get now. What is happening is our DNA, there's been really a lot of dormant DNA, and that's becoming active in our daily lives again. And that Christed Magdalene energy, you know, that you hear about in the Bible, because that's what, you know, Magdalene and Christed, really essentially what I'm going for from here is that we have been having to walk in the Jesus's shoes, Mary's shoes. So you've gone through all these trials, as it talked about in the Bible, of all the trials that Jesus went through, all the trials that Mary went through, all the trials that, you know, what Moses went through, all the disciples, everybody went through all these trials and tribulations, and that's what we went through, right? Those are the karmic timelines that we just are coming out of. And now we're moving into these higher Christed Magdalene timelines. Now we're moving into where our DNA, those dormant cells, the DNA cells are now being activated and coming online, and they're reconnecting and rewiring. So our patterns that we've been able to recognize, right, we're able to rewrite. And the energy that's here for us is to help assist us. So we'll have this divine magic, right? Planetary alignment, divine magic coming on, and it's helping us to not fall into those patterns anymore by giving us fated or destined encounters with people. So that also in itself, because whenever you get into contact with somebody, right, their aura, their energy, it stimulates your energy, and it activates your DNA. Yeah. So that's how that Reiki healing, light language healing, it's a sharing of our energies. And it's no different than whenever you come into contact. It's higher whenever you come into contact with these fated partners or divine, soul family and all of that. So it's huge. And it's coming through with the abundance of Jupiter. We have, Mercury that's in Sagittarius as well. So it's all this philosophical, poetic, more romantic, philosophical. I think I said philosophical. I'm repeating myself. And it's beliefs. So it's here to expand your beliefs in love, your beliefs in every aspect that you've gone through, all those trials that you went through, like the past, I don't know, however old you are, all those experiences that you went through in your life, they have been what you would consider karmic. Okay, so you were following in Jesus's footsteps, Mary's footsteps, to have those experiences to put you where you are now. That's karmic, because you had to have that. Your DNA had to have these experiences, right? Now hey, Michelle, I'm glad you caught me live too. I know I came on all late just so I can, everybody had their kids down for sure. They were out. At least mine are now. Anyways, and so with the coming into contact with these energies or these people, right? Our DNA is now coming up to these higher timelines. We're coming into contact with our soul family, right? We're getting in these divine paths to expedite our own self-development so that we're not writing these old patterns. And I did pull quite a few cards, and a lot of it was divine magic, emotional freedom. Like, hello, not having to live out those patterns, that's emotional freedom. Like, you don't have to live in lack anymore. You're able to rewrite your script. You're able, like, these DNA cells that are being activated that have already been in your body. It's just now that there is less dense energy, in the awareness of the collective, which means that we're, as a conscious collective, we're protruding, higher frequencies out to the unconscious collective. So they're going to be shifting as well. And if you're just going to pause this for a minute, if you're new to energies or understanding energies, just know that you are energy, and everything that you say, you do, you think, therefore it is. Okay? It is a creation. And it may not always be in your physical, tangible 3D reality, like life, but it is happening in another dimension because you thought it and therefore it's been created. And at one point, if you continued in that path with that thought that you've created, and you continued on that, say it's negative, so you continued on this negative path because of this negative thought that you had, you will end up in that creation, that muck. Like, say, for instance, I've done this, and I'm be honest, I'm be real, because it's who I am. I'm honest and I'm real. I kept saying I have a shit car and it's gonna break down, and I have a shit car and it's gonna break down, even though it wasn't a shit car, and there's nothing wrong with it. I had a light that came on, service engine light that came on, and it was because I had a missed sensor. But because I kept saying that and like was all negative because I was going through my own shit, and my car literally fucking broke down. And so I ended up in that shit mess, you know, even though I didn't have to end up in that timeline or that dimension because I created it. I did because I maintained a negative thought or outlook on that situation. So it's the same in a positive way. Like if you're gonna think like, oh, I'm gonna have my birthday. Here, another example of myself. My birthday is in like 3 weeks. All right, this is the last few weeks of me being 33. Woo! And then I'm on to 34. Woo! And so if I keep thinking like I'm gonna have a wonderful birthday, I'm gonna get all kinds of gifts, I'm gonna go have a great time, spend time with my friends, get my soul sister down here from New York. Anyways, then that shit will happen. It will happen. So that's the whole concept of the dimensions and the timelines. I mean, it goes even deeper into that because everything is fated. And so everything is divine and everything is destined. It's just you have a certain destined point that you're going to get to. You just have options A, B, C, or D. How am I going to get there? But essentially, you get there. That's just how it works. And anyway, so back to the Christed timelines and the Magdalene energies. So what I was hearing that is coming, that we're receiving from these codes, right? That they're already in our bodies. It's just the alignments, Jupiter, like going into Sagittarius, ending a cycle, a 12-year cycle. It takes everything is cyclical. Everything works in cycles. So with this abundance of Jupiter coming back into its home sign, right? So it's going to be like, hey, daddy's home, free party. It's going to be not everything's grand. It's going to illuminate everything that is philosophical, that's your beliefs, that's your values, your morals, the guru, everything that Jupiter stands for. If you don't know what Jupiter stands for, go look it up. And there's all kinds of different things that it stands for. But mainly be your beliefs, your belief structures, your values, and, fun. Going out and being outgoing, everything that really Sagittarius is about is travel. So expect travel too, right? But anyways, so with the cycles coming through and the energies, this is what we're receiving that activates these dormant DNA cells in our body. Okay, codons, whatever you want, whatever. Okay. And we start meeting up with our soul families. But what this mainly pertains to is since last month we had the rise of the Kundalini energy, which is everything. It's your creation energy. It's your connection. It's it becomes your chi, and everything that you produce, you emit outward, right, and inward. So we had the rise of the Kundalini energy, and now we're coming into the sacred union of self. And with your soul family, there is also a reuniting of your sacred partners. Now, what I mean by sacred partners is not a twin flame. To me, how I see a twin flame is that you are your own twin flame. You have a masculine and you have a feminine. And that Kundalini energy being ignited is what started merging that twin flame within self. Now, with the convergence of the energies from Jupiter and the other planetary alignments that are taking place right now, we're going to be meeting with our soul family and creating with that Kundalini energy. And there are some of us that are oh so lucky that are going to be lining up and connecting with our sacred partners, meaning somebody that you can create with on a sexual level, on an emotional level, together, and your energies together emit like this even bigger ball of energy, because that's all that we are. We're energy. So whenever you mesh with somebody, your energy can either work or it doesn't. And coming into the sacred union, you're going to be creating an immense amount of energy. Now this is fated. This is divine. Okay, this is divine timing. This is nothing to be rushed. And it doesn't mean that everything's going to happen tomorrow or even by the end of this month. That is not what it represents. What I'm saying is that these DNA are being activated. So that means you're going to be getting the downloads, and however you take these energies in and how long it takes you to personally process them is how quickly you're going to start, and like not fighting, following spirit or going in your divine path, and you're using your intuition and that guidance. That's how quickly you're going to line up with your sacred unions or divine marriage, whatever you want to look at it. Those partners that you have on a soul contract signed up to come here and unite with, to co-create. Now, it could be male-male, it could be male-female, and it doesn't, not everybody is on a sexual level. There are some people that are not here to have that sexual sacred union, and there are a lot that are, okay? But right now, this timeline, we got Cancer. We just had the node shifting from Leo going into Cancer and Capricorn. Hello. Yeah, the mother and the father. The mother is the moon, Capricorn, Saturn, the father. That is the masculine and the feminine coming together to co-create. Or, masculine and feminine energies. I carry more of a masculine energy. So my divine partner will probably carry more of a feminine energy, more of an artist or a musician or somebody that's into the arts of some sort. Mystical arts, preferably. Anyways, and that union coming together and to co-create. And so however quickly you can process and just go with your intuition is how quickly you're going to start seeing everything in your life shift, right? And to a positive way. And so, okay. Now, I did pull open to my Gene Keys book, which was amazing because I just pulled open to it, and I opened up to Gene Key 55. And I know that not a lot of people even know what Gene Keys are. It is a study of the genes, the human genes, and the psychological understanding of them. There's 64 codons within the genes, and each codon represents a psychological, emotional building block of our patterns that we are, okay? And again, that's what Venus retrograde has really helped us. That's slowing down to be able to recognize our patterns, that we, how we're triggered in an emotional way, or, and how we respond or how we react, right? And bringing clarity to ourselves so that we can release what no longer serves us. So going back to this, I pulled open to Gene Key 55, 10, right? 5 plus 5 numerology, 10. Completion. Anyways. All right, so what I pulled open to was this specific, I'm going to read it to you, okay? So mind you, I'm going to read. So this says, when the first relationships experience dual enlightenment, we will know that the deepest wound of all has finally been healed. The wound symbolized by the division and fall of Adam and Eve. These sacred marriages will have an unbelievable energy field around them. In fact, they will be at the core of whole new communities. Such experiences will herald the end of sexuality as we know it today, because the same genetic force that repels the sexes is the force responsible for mating. In other words, the human sexual force will gradually be sublimated into creativity and higher consciousness. Over time, this means that the population of our planet will go through a steady and consistent decline. The ancient symbol for the 55th gene key is the cup of abundance, or the sacred chalice. The sacred chalice, having it full, by the way. At the shadow level, okay, one side of the relationship is always pulling and the other pushing. One needing and the other rejecting. This situation is caused because of the human tendency to blame, which creates a constant dynamic in the relationship whereby both partners drain each other. In the human relationships that are coming, the cup is neither half full nor half empty. There is only one awareness in the relationship, so the cup is always overflowing. We will no longer fall in love, but we will rise in love. The great love that exists between the yin and yang will finally shatter the illusion of our separateness and release the endless font of energy from the nucleus of the creation itself. Ultimately, it will be through the extended families and communities of these sacred marriages that the new awareness will spread. Boom. That's all I gotta say, right? I mean, I literally just like went to my Gene Key book to use it as an oracle to kind of like guide me in what I was really gonna put out tonight, and that is what I pulled to. And I have like, I don't just have one little, note in here. I've got them throughout this entire book. So it's not because of a sticky note that I pulled to it, either. So anyways, coming to like an overfilling of the cup of love, and recognizing that it's not, oh, I fall in love, I rise to love, right? We rise and we exude love from us. So the sacred marriage, the Magdalene and the Christed energies that are coming online, right? For us to be able to embody and to really live in, because we've had the karmic timelines, we've had the karmic relationships, we recognize those patterns, and we know now that we do not have to live in the depths of sorrow and despair, disappointment, you name it. We've all lived it in one aspect of our lives or another. May have been a marriage or a boyfriend, may have been in high school, may have been in college, may have been in your 40s, may have been in your 60s. We've all lived it at one point or another, to one extreme to another, okay? And we don't have to anymore. These are the veil has been lifted. We are shifting as a collective to more love-based frequencies. And you can go out there and you can find a bunch of people that say, blase, it's going to be shit, it's not really changing, it's going to get worse. You know what? That happens. Shit's got to hit the fan before it gets better. But there is a mad amount of us here on this planet awake right now that are signed up as soul sacred unions, okay, to co-create together. Our souls merge and we make a combustion of fucking love energy. And that's what we're here to do, and to show it and to create with it and to have everybody else see it and know that it exists for them as well. We're not like just the special ones, we're just the ones right now. Our kids have it too. Their kids will have it. This will continually, gradually, whatever word you want to use, will grow, right? Isn't that fucking amazing? I mean, can I get a whoop whoop? Yeah, right? All right, so the way that, I have, I'm feeling the way to embody this, like I've said, is just really following your intuition. May it be to make a phone call to a friend to pull you out of the negative energies. May it be to go for a walk. May it be to meditate by dancing. You don't just have to meditate and humdrum. You can go meditate by coloring. You can meditate by playing a video game. You just, whatever it is that silences your conscious mind, shuts it the fuck up so that you can be in your present moment, your now, and know that you're everything and nothing at the same time, and you're not worried about what's going on over in this aspect of your reality, or what's going on in this other person in your family's reality, because none of that shit matters. That's always been a distraction. That's part of the matrix, the programming to keep you fucking lost in the Kardashian drama of life. Like, nobody fucking cares. Your shit's not more important than my shit. Like, it's really not. It's all been about perceptions, right? And these energies now are helping us to expand in love, all right? Right? So, get out your dancing shoes. Go have fun with your friends. And if there's somebody in the group that's dramatic, leave them. Leave them. Nobody wants a toxic person around. And then maybe next time they go out, they won't bring their shitty attitude with them. I'm serious. I'm dead ass serious. Like, I've done that. I've been a butterfly my entire life, and I like it that way. I go out with somebody to a bar or a party. I'm like, look, I'm pre-warning you. I might leave you. And it's not you, it's me. When in reality, it's probably them. But me too. I like to go and mingle with a bunch of other people. I like to spread my wings and soar and be around a bunch of different dynamics. I like variety. you know? So, and if you end up going out and you're with that person that's like, well, I just want to sit. Well, you can sit, Gina, because I'm out. I'm not staying back to hold your hand. May I hold your hair at the end of the night? You get too drunk, that's fine. Just start hollering my name. But at the same time, I'm not going to come down to your level. Bring the people up, you know? Get out there and show them your moves. Have a good time. Like, do it to it. Have fun. And embody and just know that there is so much more that is coming for you, and that these energies are, they're coming through really, really fast. And you're going to start really noticing that these synchronistic events that just keep popping up. So keep your thoughts positive. You know, in the morning, I don't care what it is that you got to do, but listen to some gratitude affirmations. Like, that is key. Be grateful for even stepping in dog shit, because you know what? You didn't like those shoes anyways. You wanted to toss them. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Let it go. Let it be a lesson. Like, oh, that was some shit. Like, maybe you were on your phone and you were scrolling through and you're getting all like depressive and shit because you're looking at some text messages from, I don't know, way back when, right? I'm a Cancer, or Cancer rising. I have a tendency to hold on to old text messages. I deleted that shit today. All of it. And just starting a clean slate. This is a clean slate. Now that we're gone into Cancer, the node's gone into Cancer and Capricorn, like the mom and the father, the feminine, the masculine, like it's about balancing them. It's about balancing them in your outside and in your inside. So just recognize that whatever takes place in your reality and your daily life, that it is the universe really working for you, even if it is you stepping in dog shit. Is really just to recognize that, you know, sometimes shit happens, like some Forrest Gump right there. That was straight some Forrest Gump quoting. But anyway, shit happens. It does. And it happens for you, okay? Just to help you see, you know, that there's more than your phone to look at whenever you're on a walk. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's it. Maybe, you know, I was walking back from my my walk the other day, and there was a black razor snake on the side, you know, and I've got both my earbuds in. I'm just like da 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 out of it, you know, looking around, and I'm like, oh wait, I gotta look, and like in my head, in my thoughts, you know, just like, oh, what do I gotta do? Because I'm done with my meditation. So, anyways, and then I look, and I'm like, I look down, I get this feeling, and I look, and there's a snake, and I'm like, oh snap, and he's just like all like sitting up, trying to get some sunlight. And instead of like jumping to the other side of the road like I normally would have, I was like, what's up? Yeah, the sun is nice. You're right. I was like, that's cool. And he legitimately was like, he didn't move. Like, he was just chill. Like, no, he didn't come after me. He didn't go run away in the other direction. He was just chill. So, anyways. It's just random, so random. But the DNA activations and how to bring these in is really just to come from your heart and to trust your intuition. That there's no bullshit anymore. Like, if you feel that there's negativity around you, then there's negativity around you. Do your best to scope and take yourself out of the situation, or put a guard around yourself. Like, call in your angel, like your angels or your guides. Like, I don't really call them angels. I don't really do the whole angel thing, but call in your celestial guidance, call in your spirit guides, you know, call in your other dimensional selves, your higher self, whatever it is that you use for protection, to be like, yo, can you kind of get this negative energy away from me so I can go back to doing my thing? And legitimately, you will redirect instantly. Everything is instant right now. Instant. So, all right, what else? Oh yeah, I want to pick a couple cards. So we had emotional freedom, transformation, and inspirational creation, which was the alchemy, the elements, and innovation. So definitely get out into nature, because that's the organic that's the organic template. Like, the trees, those are real. Like, a lot of everything else is what we project it to be. Like the walls, we project those to be there. Like, I'm on a second story, so I'm really projecting that these floors are here because I don't want to fall. Oh, we just have fun with it. Come on. So hold on. What did we get? Illumination, expression, positivity, joy, and inspiration. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm freaking joyous. I got my sun in my 5th house. I'm full of joy. But you and your expression, don't be afraid. Oh, here's the card. These are by Magical Dimensions. They're by Light Star. Oh, I don't know if you can actually see it. Got one heck of a casting on it. But anyways, you can see here, this is the fairy, and then she's got another fairy coming in. See? Soul family coming through too, right? To bring this happiness and this joy to your life. It's shining a light. It's illuminating the way, you know, following your heart, you know, go out into the trees, follow the sensations that you feel. Go out into the trees. Go out. I have a bunch of trees right behind me. So go out into nature. You know, if you don't have trees, you're in the desert, because I grew up in Southern California and all we had was sand. It was a basin of the ocean at one point, and that was all there was there. It was sugar sand and some cactus. Good old Palm Desert, California. So actually, I'm from Blythe. I'm going to represent B-Town. Anyways, I'm from Blythe, California. A little itty-bitty desert town on the river. Anyways, so but go out and go play in the sand. You know, go throw some sand up and pretend like it's pixie dust, because quite literally it's magical. Why isn't it? Why can't it be pixie dust? You know, we throw rice in the air at a wedding. That's pretty damn magical, and it's just fucking rice. It came, you know, it grows in the water patties, right? It comes from the water. And so does sand. Sand at the bottom of the river, bottom of the ocean, right? Bottom, it's earth. It's magic. It's pixie dust. Go and throw that shit around. Be happy. Find your happiness. Find your marbles. Like on Peter Pan. Go find your marbles. Anyways, and embody these energies and these frequencies, right? And get ready for your soul reunions. And I mean like reunions. This is not just like, you know, your one and only, your sacred union with just your divine partner, or your sacred partner. This is also with your soul family. I mean, you got to work up these energies, right? So you're going to start meeting a bunch of people that you've been destined to meet, that are going to start really elevating your frequency. So whenever you do meet that sacred partner, it's like, boom. And you're just like, oh, I know. Oh my God, let's create. And you have this euphoric energy to co-create with. And then whenever you bring that together, the universe is like, oh my God, these two are freaking power balls together. So here, let's throw more at them and more at them and more at them, right? And that's what all of 2019 is. Legitimately, it's all about co-creative energies. And the universe will be sending you even more abundance through these alignments. Like, get ready for fun. You know, lighten up and release. If you have a down day, just breathe through it and just realize that it was a pattern, and you don't have to repeat it the next day, because that shit is over. It's over. It's karmic and it's done. Let go of the patterns, let go of the need to hold on and control. Just let the universe do its thing. It's what you incarnated for. You're like, I can come to earth. I can come to earth and just, you know, trust my intuition, because you can, because you know better, and you know what's really good for you at a deep level. You know. And it's not about you playing fake anymore. It's not about you holding your tongue whenever you're, like I said, you're out with somebody that you don't want to hang out with anymore, because you realize that their fake energies aren't doing you any good. Leave. Get a fucking Uber. You know, you don't have to put yourself in these situations anymore. You never had to begin with. Well, kind of karmic, whatever, experiences. It's kind of a gray zone. You choose. But my point being is these, oh yeah, that's another thing. The original template. I did say I was going to talk about that. So the original template, the 13th bloodline. Now what I'm speaking of with the 13th bloodline is in November, every year the planets pass through what you call the 13th zodiac, but they don't count it because it doesn't count as a 13th zodiac. But what it is Ophiuchus, and it is a 13th constellation, but it is the original bloodlines. Okay, so when we pass, well, we're already able to connect into these energies. I know a lot of starseeds, I feel things a lot before they actually take place, transpire. Before the planets actually hit, I feel the energies before them. Very empathic, very in tune with my energy. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are as well. If you're an empath, you're always feeling shit before it even happens. But the 13th bloodline, the original template, that is what's also coming online as well. And what we're going back to is an original template. And what it looks like is when Jesus and Mary scenario again. So the Magdalene and the Christed energies as well. So that's an original template where we've been running like subliminal programmed templates before in these karmic timelines. And since we're moving and we're going to be hitting this, I think it's like 20, I think it's like the 18th, from 18th of November or the 17th of November to like the 23rd or something. I don't quote me on the exact days that, you know, the orbit goes through the constellation of Ophiuchus. But whenever we pass through that constellation, that's going to be activating the original template. So all of the telekinesis, the telepathy, and just basically anything that's superhuman is now back online. And how I would explain superhuman is how they did in the Bible, when Moses was able to part the seas, and then you've got Jesus able to walk on water and turn water into wine. You know, it's all, and then, you know, you have Mary, and she's able to heal the sick, diseased children, and just miraculous healings. We have these abilities within us. That is the original human template. But since we were programmed all these thousands of years to not know and not believe that we had this ability, it was suppressed, and therefore the DNA became dormant. Now we are coming back online, and with the alignment's help, it is stimulating and it's reactivating, realigning, and therefore we're bringing in we're able to download and process this, and you're going to start seeing more and more people, especially those that aren't as programmed. So the younger, you're going to see like in the 18, 20s, like the youngers, and then some of the older ones that have been practicing and are pretty dead on with their energy. But you're going to start seeing telekinesis come online more. You're going to start seeing more videos of people being able to bend spoons and levitate and things like that. That is all very much possible. It's all stuff that we've seen over in the Eastern cultures, but we're like, nah, only the monks could do it because they meditated for amount of years and had, you know, dedicated practice and focus. Like, yes, there comes dedication, there comes practice, but it is really about your belief. And, you know, having the energy and the activations within your DNA as well. So if you can believe it, then you can achieve it, right? So just having the ability to acknowledge that you have this within you gives you that belief, right? So if you don't believe me that this shit is possible, then go check out some Eastern monk stuff, okay? There's a ton of people on YouTube that, you know, show levitation. It's not tricks, it's not games. There are some people out there, use your discernment, you know, on the videos and being able to, you know, manipulate the videos and stuff like that. But all of that is coming online, and that will be activated as we pass through the Ophiuchus constellation this month. So November, right? I mean, fuck yeah, November. I love it. I love being a Sagittarius. So with that, what else did I got? I just said I'm going to do, oh, look at that. Awakening. I love it. Here, this is the woman rising, the feminine rising from the water, right? Rising from the waters. Ancient knowledge, memories, and connection. And that's another thing too, is our memories are coming back online. That's the whole point of these DNA activations. It reignites your memory. That's all this is. We've lived out every timeline, every dimension. We're just lining up with it now. Isn't that phenomenal? Don't you just love that? How do you line up with it better? Get to know you more. Become in love with yourself. Every flaw, every tear, every achievement, every success, whatever. Be in love with yourself. All right? And I'm going to do... and just see everything from a higher perspective as much as you can. See everything from the higher perspective, you know. Know that everything is working for you, through you, not to you. You're not a victim, okay? And let go of control. All right, so go ahead and give you a second. I'm going to do a little light language activation to anchor in the nodal change, and then Mercury in Sagittarius, and the new moon tomorrow, And, oh yeah, Big Papa Jupiter going home. Sagittarius. Anyways, so I'm going to align and activate with a little bit of light language. Take a deep breath in. Oknuar nataya nastekiti kua mahane ya nakanar natasiar ukur ruknuanateane siki muhunatea ruknuane e asekitar nakamoa lehear nakne suku unar natea nakamoa si eshknia notuar tar naknia hukuar na esea na huak mamea nuanar na ek nusi ar noana mama ekna ar nakni sukua e lakrnea se surur namane lar naknea na sur nar nahia naknea e si hur nua maknushkne ar vakna e atese hukur numar na tea ne sekia nakmuar na tesa Sikuru muane ane 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 wane kini asar na wane uru ar nakmamea seo nuhu nuanane ar nadea ukwa mahia nanase ikiashknuar ar hamakanea ne nua makasea lokua eakanasar. As a divine sovereign being, that is my will, and so it is. Have a wonderful night, a great week, and a fantastic November. I love you. And thank you for joining me. I hope you have a blessed month. Bye.